So y'all, okay, this is a little showing a little bit too much. All right, hello booktubing world. It is I, Capri Nicole, and I am back with another video. So there was like 4 other videos I wanted to do for Melanin Book Magic, but as you know, Black History Month is over, and as you also know, your girl was working a lot during February, so I didn't really have time to put all the content out that I wanted, and that's okay. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put all of the videos out I want to do, but this is one of them. So I want to talk about the books that I have on my Kobo and the books that I have on my Kindle, and both of these devices have names, so so let's get into it. So I have a few books. I have a lot of books on my Kobo and a lot of books on my Kindle, so I just feel like it would be cool to do a little digital ebook haul. Like I said, both of my devices have names. So this one is my Kobo and her name is Delilah. My patrons named her. And this is Blossom, which is my Kindle. Y'all already know, y'all named her on my main channel. So we have Delilah and we have Blossom. These are both of my e-readers, and we're going to talk about all the books that I have in both of these. So the Kobo took a little bit of getting used to, because I feel like with the Kindle it's just so convenient. You just hop on Amazon, click 1, 2, and all of a sudden you got the books added right to your library. But Kobo is a little bit different, and I didn't know that. For some reason I thought I was going to be able to get books on Kindle through my Kobo, but I didn't understand that like e-readers and Kindles they're not copacetic. Like, they're not the same thing. Like, Kobo has their own thing, Kindle has their own thing, and you have to go through their respective platforms. However, I'll tell you guys a few things that I learned about my Kobo. So if you have a Kobo and you bought an ebook on Amazon, then you can put that ebook on your device. However, recently I saw people talking about it in the book community, saying that Amazon was getting rid of like downloadable ebooks, something like that, something that has to do with the ebooks, like the ebooks that you have, they're getting rid of them or something like that. I can't remember what the drama was with that, but I saw that circulating. However, originally, if you had like an ebook, you could just transfer it to this device. There was like a whole thing you had to do, but all of the ebooks that I had were through Kindle, so there weren't any books that I like actually purchased. They were all, well, some of them I did purchase, but most of them I bought through the Kindle app, so I didn't really have it available to be downloaded, because if you actually bought the ebook itself, then you can put that on other e-readers. I will say that I recommend the Kobo if you use your library a lot, and if your library has a really good, you know, back list, because there is an app on here called Overdrive. So there's like 3 different options. The first option is downloading the ebooks that you have already purchased from other platforms, if you're able to do that and you have the correct the correct things you need to be able to transfer it here. It's like a whole process, child. Look it up, that's on you. Second way is using Overdrive. Overdrive is literally Libby. Overdrive is literally Libby, which is why when people ask me if they should get the Kobo or the Kindle, I would say that if you're a new reader, you should get the Kindle, just because it's more convenient. You can find indie authors. It's just easier to use, and I feel like Kobo is for more of like vetted readers, people that use their library a lot, or have a lot of ebooks that they've recently purchased, you know, stuff like that. Like, I just feel like that's a little bit of a different spiel. So that's the other way. Like, if you have Libby, then you'll be good, because they have this thing called Overdrive on here, which is, like I said, it's literally just Libby. You put your library card information in and you can borrow books from that account. Then the third option is getting Kobo Unlimited, which is literally just like Kindle Unlimited. They have their own books on this platform as well. However, Kobo is different from Kindle Unlimited. Like, when you get Kindle Unlimited, I feel like you get a plethora of books. You get like damn near every book that I look up that's indie is free, okay? But with Kobo, the ebooks, even with Kobo Unlimited, you still would sometimes have to buy the ebook for like $10 to $20. Like, not all of them, because I do have some that I downloaded that were free with Kobo Unlimited, but some of them you still have to buy, which is beneficial to authors but not so much for readers, because, you know, if you're a reader and you want to support an author, you're just like, okay, well, I'll get Kobo Unlimited because then I can buy their book and better support them. Cool. If you got the funds to do that, good for you. But if you're just like a regular reader and you just want to just click and read, it's not as easy unless you use your library app, which is Overdrive on here. So now that I've said all that, yeah, so I had to figure out some things with the Kobo. It was not quite what I thought it was going to be, but nevertheless, I love my Kobo now that I understand it. I've been listening to audiobooks, graphic novels, indie books, traditionally published books, and we're going to talk about all of the books that I have downloaded on both of these devices. There's a lot. This list is longer than I thought it was going to be, but we're going to get into it, okay? So let's start from the tippy top. So as far as Delilah is concerned, the first book that I have on here is Queen Move, and I know. First of all, I actually have this book physically. Second of all, this is the third book in a series. I still have not read any of the Kingmaker books from Kennedy Ryan. This is like a well-beloved series in the book community, and people have been talking about this books, especially this book. They've been talking about this book for years, and I just have not gotten on the bandwagon yet. Like, I'm gonna get there though. Like, I just love the cover, and I just keep getting this book because I'm just like, I need to keep looking at this so that someday I read the first one. So from my understanding, this one is following the main character, who is in a, I would say, like, second chance romance slash friends to lovers situation, and everybody, you know, lives for Kennedy Ryan and all of her plot twists and drama. So I know it's gonna be messy, and I'm excited. I like being in Kennedy Ryan's world because I feel like she does a really good job creating these like in-depth characters with like these big backstories. So I'm excited to read and get into that whole series. So that's the first one. So the next one that I have is And Then Life Was Beautiful, and I have read one other book from this author, and it scared the shit out of me. Like, the cover confused me. I thought the cover was gonna be like a romance story, whatever. Baby, that book was like it was like chaos. It was urban romance, but it was so much traumatic things that happened in that book. I was just like, oh, like I was very confused. I think it was like Moth to a Flame or something like that. That was the first book I read by this author. I was scared. But I'm like, you know, I don't want to write her off because I'm sure she has other books. So this is me giving her another chance. I have this book on audiobook on my Kobo, and I have in my notes to read the beginning of the synopsis. So that's what I'm going to do. It says, I don't know why it has both of their names. Okay, anyway, August Hansen was the silent type, the kind who spoke through his actions and not his words. He possessed enough power to make me feel safe and secure. I was ready to open up and share parts of myself I'd never shared with another, and then I got hit with the truth that changed everything. And I stopped right there because I already know they're gonna spoil it and tell the whole damn story. So I don't want to read nothing else. So I'm interested in that. I love stories that are like contemporary, so I feel like that's gonna be like a good little feel. And it's an audiobook, so I feel like I could just probably read this while I'm like doing other stuff. Hopefully it's not as crazy as the first book that I read by her. We will see. Okay, I will let y'all know. The next book that I have is a Beverly Jenkins book, and it's called Midnight. So this one is following the main character. I love how she just makes these badass female main characters. It was following this main character who is given the coin name Lady Midnight, and she's passing on information to the rebels and trying to bring down like the British or whatever. Like, she's basically being a spy. So she's like a spy, and she helping out the rebels or whatever. And one of the rebels, I think he's a rebel. It's either he's a rebel or his father was a rebel, and someone ended up killing his father, and he's trying to figure out who did it, and he thinks it's her father. But when he show up ready to throw bows, she show up, and he like, oh, she fine as hell. Like, oh, hold on, messes up my plans here. So yeah, I think it's like their little romance. It sounds interesting. I love like forbidden romance, or like, you don't know I'm here for this specific reason, whatever. Like, he has a reason to like not dislike her, but he has a reason to be there and possibly not entertain her. But I'm hoping that her father isn't the one that killed her damn daddy, because that might be a little awkward for me. Like, that might be a little crazy. My daddy killed your daddy. It's like a little crazy to me. But I don't know. Beverly Jenkins does a really good job at having strong female leads, so I'm excited just to see what she does with this whole setup. The next book that I have is Behind the Scenes, and this one I read recently in a Patreon vlog, so if you want to check that out, feel free. I don't remember which vlog it was. I think I talked about it in my recent glow up. So all of my glow ups and stuff like that, because I know we have a lot of new islanders on here, but I used to do this thing called glow ups, which is just like I do my hair and all these things, whatever, and I read books. Glow up vlogs, those are now only on Patreon, so if you want to check that out, you can go over there, or you could buy them. I think you can buy my videos separately, like you don't have to have a subscription. You can also go on there and buy individual videos, so if you want to check that out, feel free. But this book specifically is called Behind the Scenes, and it's basically following this main character who like storms off in the middle of a conversation with her current boyfriend, who was about to be her ex-boyfriend. She's taking his ass, and in the midst of this, she ends up getting into like a little fender bender. It's not like a full car accident, but she did bump into somebody, child, and they end up having a one-night stand. And then lo and behold, she starts her new job and he ends up being the damn boss. So she's just like, bruh. So she kind of sets a boundary where she just like, I'm new to this, you know, my family doesn't really believe in like my occupation, so I really cannot be dealing with you on a sexual level with this new opportunity, so just please respect my boundaries, whatever. But they do have their little moments, whatever, but she really trying to keep it pee. She not trying to be dealing with this man, because she really trying to set the tone for like her professionalism. So that's what this one is following. They have really good chemistry. I didn't really love the ending, but I did enjoy the book. It was good. It was a good time. I will say that it was a good time. Next one that I have is Well Beloved Child. This is another book that I read in that vlog. It's called Somebody's Wife, and everybody on the Black book community was losing their damn minds over this book. It's basically following this main character who's in her 40s, and she's been with the same man for the past 20 years, and she ended up having, like, you know, accidental pregnancy at a really young age when she was in college. And you know what, they thugged it out. They was like, you know, they just started dating, so she was like really infatuated with him. They had like this they were like the perfect couple on the college campus, child, like the it couple. They were both really good academically. He was into sports and stuff, so they just were like well acclaimed and well beloved. Like they were just like the it couple, child, okay? And then when they got older, they stayed in that same environment where he's now like the track coach, and I think she's like the dean of academics or something like that. So they have a history, like everybody there knows them, whatever. So she's been stuck in that bubble this whole time, but now she's not happy in her marriage, and she know her husband is lying about some shit, and she's trying to teeter around it and try to pretend not to see or whatever, but the whole shit blow up and she got to make a move quick. So now she's just coming into herself, figuring out who she is as a woman, and of course there's another man involved. So, you know, quickest way to get over a man is to get under another one. That's what my grandmother always said. That's the only way. But yeah, so this other guy comes, and he's supposed to be like the new professor, so she's like interviewing him and stuff, and they have like this crazy chemistry, child. So it's basically following like their romance, and I did enjoy this book. So yeah, that one was good. I'm not gonna hold you. Next book that I have, I think I've talked about this book before, but I didn't have it on my ebook. So this one I downloaded recently, and it's called I Think I Love You. And it's like a whole series. I really like these little covers. The covers are really unique and really colorful, and they're also short, okay? It's like less than 150 pages, okay? That's what the talking about. That is what I'm talking about, okay? Shorty, all right? This one is basically, it's hard to sum it up because nothing is really given away in the synopsis, which is also perfect, but all of the reviews say it's like the perfect rom-com. It's funny as hell, it's short and to the point, and like the whole series is fun. So, you know, I've been trying to find more books that are like shorter, just because I'm really pressed for time. I don't have time to really be sitting and reading those 700-page book. I just don't, like, and if I do, it really got to get me. But right now I'm kind of in like, not my romance era, but I have just been picking up books that I just feel like reading, and this is just one that keeps drawing me back. And now that I know it's less than 150 pages, yeah, I need to read that immediately. The next one that I have is Harbor, and this one I think I always saw Mina talk about this book, and it's basically following two attorneys that fall in love after going through like losing someone, like going through grief. They're both going through grief separately, but they fall for each other, stuff like that. I heard this one is really steamy, and I think it's a part of the series. I think this is the 3rd book in the series, and I like this cover. I don't know. I know everybody be iffy about men on covers, but I actually like men on covers, especially if it's a black man. Like, I love seeing black men on covers. Like, what can I say? This man is standing in the middle of a river and there's water splashing around him, and I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just simply here for it. I've heard really good things about it. I heard that it gets dark, it gets deep, and I like Rebecca Weatherspoon's writing. I've read, I think 3 or 4 of her books. And yeah, I've loved all of them, so I'm excited to check this one out as well. Oh, the next one, oh, I love this book. I've already read it and I ordered it physically because I loved it too much. This one is called Hostile Takeover, and this is another one that I kept seeing it on Black Bookstagram. I didn't really see it on TikTok that much, but I did see it on Black Bookstagram. And this one, how do I explain? I don't want to spoil it, but this one is basically following two rivals. Basically following 2 rivals, and both of them is with the shits. Like, I love Grumpy Sunshine, whatever, but I love when they both grumpy and they both got like this back and forth banter where they both talk their shit. So 2 rivals in the business aspect, and they're both like a part of like Black legacy, you know what I'm saying? A proposition is made to where they're going to be around each other more often than not, and it's basically just following these 2 and their romance. Like, they have this off the page just anger towards each other, and it's justified. Like, this is the first romance book that I read where it's not like, he called me and I gave him a plant and he threw it away, or he took my pencil off my desk, and it's hate to love. That is not hate to love. Y'all are not even rivals. Y'all not even enemies. But this one, they really don't like each other, and you can feel the anger. It's rolling off the page, but it's just so good because it just adds to their chemistry, because they clearly have chemistry, and they're both like, she's fighting him more than him. He is not fighting it, but she's fully trying to fight it, but it's just too good. So highly recommend this one if you like drama but good writing, and like a good like enemies to lovers, like that isn't stupid. Like, it's not like he stole my pen, he turned my hat backwards, and now, oh, he called me little every time he see me, whatever, she's so grumpy, whatever. No, they have a legitimate reason to dislike each other. So I would recommend going into it blind, because it's more fun. Like, within the first, I listened to this one on audiobook. Within the first 10 minutes, I knew everything that was going on, and I didn't read the synopsis, and it was more fun being surprised and not really knowing what the hell was happening. So I highly recommend this one if you love enemies to lovers, good banter, good writing, good plot, and a little bit of drama, like, and great sex scenes. The sex scenes are really good, so I definitely recommend this one. Damn, I'm already tired of talking. Should I make this I might have to make this a 2-part. I still have 22 books. I might have to make this 2 parts because I cannot be bothered. Like, I can't be bothered. I'm already tired of talking because I just did 2 other videos before this. So I think I'm going to just do, this is going to be part 1, and we'll do the part 2 next week. So this one's going to just be with the Kobo, and then the next week will be with the Kindle. So I do apologize because I was planning on just going through, but I'm losing my voice. I've been talking for too long, so we're just gonna go through the rest of the books that I have on my Kobo, and then the part 2 will be with the Kindle. Okay, so let's move on. The next thing that I have is Somebody's Husband, and this one is, I think this is the second book in the series. So this one is following the side characters from the first book, Somebody's Wife. So I think it's like is it a professor? A professor and a lawyer. Hold on, let me okay, I put read the first line. Read the first line of the synopsis. So it says, a grieving doctor and a nurturing professor join forces on a potentially groundbreaking medical study that sparks a profound connection neither saw coming in this unconventional romantic drama. Okay, I actually did like the side characters, and if it's who I think it is, I'm really interested because I think he's like a big man. I like big men, so yeah, I think this is following like the side characters, like her close friend or something. So I'm interested because the first couple was a little cringy. He was doing some over the top shit, but I did enjoy the first book, so I am interested to stay in this world. So I'm definitely gonna be checking that one out. And I think there's like a book in between this one, like a point or 2.5 where it's like, or 1.5 where it's like the novella in between the first and the second one. So yeah. Okay, so the next one that I have is Sight Unseen, and I kept seeing this one. I think I kept seeing this on, it was either BookTube or Bookstagram, but I kept seeing this one on BookTube or Bookstagram, and it says it's following the main character who is like a spaz. Okay, she be doing the most adrenaline junkie, child, doing the most, jumping off bridges, jumping out of planes, doing the whole nine. And she gets the opportunity to be on a reality TV show to find her perfect match, but the only thing is other people, experts, a panel of experts are picking who she ends up with. So that's different. That's different. I really didn't know this was like a reality show book, but I am interested in reading this. I don't know if I have it as an ebook or an audiobook, because the audiobooks are on Kobo as well. It's an audiobook. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm really interested to read that now that I know what that's about. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so the next one that I have is Loosen Up to Love, and this one is following a main character who has her life very tight knit. She's also a foster mom of 2 kids. I don't know if it's 2 boys, but I know she has 2 foster children, and her romance is with like the super grumpy doctor. So I don't know, seems cute. I haven't heard too many people talk about it, so I'm interested to read it and see like what it's about, and if it's good, then I will let y'all know. Okay, the next one that I have, I've already talked about, but I talked about it recently in a Letters and Lattes vlog, and it's called Parable of the Sower, which is just a graphic novel of Octavia E. Butler's work. So they've made her Parable of the Sower book into a graphic novel. Oh, I'm about to run out of time, hold on. So they made her Parable of the Sower book into a graphic novel, and I started reading it, but the font is a little small. So I'm trying to push through, but the font is teeny. I'm wondering if I should just get a physical copy, because it might be easier for me to digest that way. But the art is pretty cool. I'm interested in like the storyline, so we'll see how it goes. It's kind of like this world in like an apocalyptic state, and the thing that people like the most about Octavia E. Butler's work is it is very crazy how she can predict the future. But she always says you can predict what the future will be by looking at the present. So I guess that's what she did in her books, and it's crazy because some of her books end up like coming true. Like, unfortunately. But yeah, it seems interesting. I haven't read any Octavia Butler books, only because I'm not a big sci-fi girl, but I know she has some fantasy books as well, so we'll see how it goes. The next one that I have, I downloaded during like Christmas, just because of the cover. The cover is just raunchy, and I love it. I love it so much. It's called A Man for Mrs. Claus. So in this one, Mrs. Claus stays the same. Like, she's always there. Like, she's the one that's in charge of everything. But Mr. Claus is the one that ends up passing. Like, I'm not sure if she's like immortal or like how that works, but she's the one in charge. Like, she is Santa Claus, okay? She's the one in charge, and now she's on her 3rd husband. His ass done died, and she kind of just like over it. She's like, all right, I done did this 3 times, I'm over it. I just want to focus on Christmas. It's like less than a week before Christmas, and she's like, all right, I done had enough. I don't want to do else. But you know, the elves and all the little workers, they come together and they're like, listen, we gotta get you a man, okay? You need somebody to help you with all of this. And she's like, I really don't need no help. So she's kind of like standoff with it, but they're determined to bring someone to her, and they end up finding this guy that is like head over heels for her, and he pining, child. He trying to get to her. She not going, but it look good. I like the cover. I love how raunchy the cover is. It just eats. So yeah. It seems interesting. I've never seen one where like Mrs. Claus is the one in charge and the Santa Claus to just keep rotating. I think that's pretty cool. So I don't know, I think it would be something fun, something cute, and I'll read Christmas books even if it's not Christmas. I don't really give a shit. So yeah, interested to read that one. The next one that I have, I think that's the last one that I have. The last one, yeah, this is the last one that I have. So this one is called The AI Who Loved Me, and this one I downloaded specifically because it's narrated by Regina Hall, and this author also wrote a series that I binged. It was called The Reluctant Royals. I think I read like 5 books by this author, and I really enjoyed all of them. I really enjoyed that whole world. And I think she also wrote When No One Is Watching. I didn't read that one, but the Reluctant Royal series, I did binge that one, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to read this one. It seems different. It's basically following his main character who has a new neighbor, and he ends up being like an AI. So I don't know, I think it's cute, and given who's narrating it, like, yeah, that. I think it's gonna be funny. So I don't know. I've been really in like a rom-com mood, you know what I'm saying? So that's it. I think those are, yeah, I can't talk no more. My voice is just gone. I did a live show today. I just filmed this is my 3rd video. I can't talk any longer. So that I'm gonna have to do a part 2. So hopefully you guys come and see that, of what books I have on my Kindle. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you've seen any of these books around. I'm really excited to get to these, and I've really been enjoying my Kobo. I will say that. I'm having a great time with my Kobo. So yeah, let me know if you read any of these books. Let me know how everyone's reading year is going, how everyone's mental health is doing. Let me know something that you did this week that made you happy. And if you made it to the end of this video, please leave this emoji right here in the comment section below so that I know you made it to the end of the video. And I will see you guys next week. A special thank you to all of my Patreons. We started a book club, so we're gonna be reading a book soon. Well, I think this week. We start reading this week, so we have a book coming up this week. So if you would like to join us, feel free, or you can join me on Fable, which is a free app. And what else? Oh, we're doing a live show. That's like a gaming live show. I did one last month. It was super fun. This one is gonna be Hello Kitty, so I'm excited for that. Like, I really love Hello Kitty world. Just love it. So if you want to join us for that, feel free. If not, I will see you in the next video. Always remember, read a book, keep your life interesting, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.
Now I got some bands to burn and bars to bend them backwards. It's time to wake them up, cause they've been sleeping on the track list. Body so attractive, y'all be giving catfish. Log them off the web and every gangster's giving actress. Gangsters giving actress and all these fake activists. Leave me baffled, bewildered, relax a bit. Let me relax a bit, I think I need to cool it.